Tune in to Sports 360 with Ahmed Hamad.
On the third day of the second cricket test between Australia and West Indies at Georgetown in Grenada, Australia in their second innings were 227 for the loss of 7 wickets, taking their lead to 254 runs with 3 wickets in hand. When the stumps were drawn for the day, Alex Carey with 26 and captain Pat Cummins with 4 runs were still at the crease. Earlier, Australia resumed their second innings at the overnight score of 12 for 2 with Cameron Green on 6 and Lathan Lyon on 2, with an overall lead of 45 runs and 8 wickets in hand. But they lost their third wicket. Nathan Lyon, the night watchman, departs early, but he has done his job to stay at the wicket at close of second day's play and survive the crucial 10 to 15 minutes. Yes, Australia lost their third wicket at 28. Nathan Lyon departs after scoring 8, but he faced 33 deliveries and he was caught by Campbell off the bowling of Alzarri Joseph. While the fourth wicket partnership took Australia in a very commanding position. 93 runs partnership of 153 balls between Stephen Smith and Cameron Green. Stephen Smith contributed 44 of 71 balls and Cameron Green 36 of 82 balls that took Australia's total to 121 in the 40th over, and they lost their fourth wicket. Cameron Green, brilliant half century, and he was out after scoring 52 of 123 balls, hitting 5 fours with a strike rate of 42. He was clean bowled by Shamar Joseph. The fifth wicket partnership, yes, little partnership, but very meaningful partnership. 58 of 77 balls between Stephen Smith and Travis Head. Stephen Smith 27 and Travis Head contributed 31 in that partnership, and they take their total to 179 in the 53rd over, where Stephen Smith departs, the highest scorer for Australia's second inning, scoring 71 of 119 balls, hitting 7 fours and 1 6 with a strike rate of exactly 60, and he was legged before by Green. 2 runs later, they lost Mr. Consistent Beau Webster at 181, and Webster could only score 2 runs, caught by Roston Chase off the bowling of Justin Greaves. And then the 7th wicket at 212 in the 63rd over. Just 1 over before the close of play, Travis Head departs after scoring 39 of 60 balls, hitting 4 fours, and he was also bowled by Shamar Joseph. At close of play, Alex Carey with 26 and Pat Cummins with 4 runs were still at the crease, and Australia are 254 runs ahead with 3 wickets in hand. Looking at the West Indian bowling, Jayden Seales 16 overs 6 maiden, 29 runs and 2 wickets. Shamar Joseph, 12.3 overs, 54 runs and 2 wickets. Alzarri Joseph, 13 overs, 2 maiden, 42 runs and 1 wicket. Anderson Phillips, 9 overs, no maiden, 32 runs and no wicket. Roston Chase, 5 overs, no maiden, 29 runs and no wicket. And Justin Greaves, 9 overs, no maiden, 22 runs. But he captured 2 wickets. So the summary of the match, Australia in their first inning scored 286, and in reply, West Indies could only score 253, fell 33 runs short. Australia took a 33 runs first inning lead, and capitalizing on that lead, they made another 221 for the loss of 7 wickets at close of third day's play, taking their overall lead to 254 runs with 3 wickets still in hand. At close of third day's play, Australia ended firmly in control of this contest. Green and Smith set it up at the top before Head and Carey popped up with crucial cameos towards the end. Australia are still not done, though, and with Carey and Cummins around, will probably be aiming to swell the lead to 300 and beyond. West Indies will probably feel they missed their opportunities to really turn the screw. There was variable bounce throughout, but they were guilty of not attacking the stumps enough. They did bag Smith and Webster in close succession, but the partnership between Head and Carey has all but ensured another stiff run chase. Half centuries from Smith and Green gives Australia control. Smith 71 and Green 52 build Australia's lead to 254 with 3 wickets in hand on tricky batting surface. A pristine innings from Stephen Smith and Cameron Green. First half century at number 3. put Australia in control of the second cricket test in Grenada on day limited to 58.3 overs by three rain interruptions, a lethargic over 8, and latterly bad light. However, regular breakthrough after tea kept West Indies in touch, although the surface remained a challenge for the batsman. Smith, playing with the lingering effects of compound dislocation he suffered in the World Test Championship, which requires him to wear a splint on his right little finger, barely put a foot wrong during an innings studded with classy drive. There was general shock, not least from Smith himself, when he fell leg before to Justin Greaves for 71 shortly after tea. The DRS confirming ball had stuck pad first, leaving the series still waiting for its first century. Greaves became the somewhat unlikely figure to keep West Indies' hope alive, then had Beau Webster edged to a lone slip. After a third shower briefly suspended play, Travis Head was cleaned up by Shamar Joseph, defeated by the angle from round the wicket, leaving Alex Carey the key figure in terms of how many runs Australia could add. After the second day's play, Roston Chase said West Indies would be confident chasing anything under 200. They are now going to need considerably more than that. There remain regular signs of uneven bounce. Green received a delivery early on which scuttled for four byes, but the ones that shot low were either not straight or were able to be kept out. As had been evident on the first 2 days, batting became more manageable as the ball got softer, which added to the importance of 93-run stand between Green and Smith in taking the sting out of the attack. Green, who had done the hard work in the first inning but couldn't take the advantage of being given alive, brought up his first half century as a test number 3 with a perfect straight drive. However, he was again left furious when he chopped on next ball, dropping his bat to the ground in anger before trotting off. Overall, it was a step in the right direction. He nearly fell for West Indies' short ball plan when he top edged short of deep square leg, but he defended solidly and waited for anything with a hint of wit to put it away through the offside. Australia had resumed on 12 for 2 after a difficult finish to the second day, where Jayden Seales removed both the openers. Progress from Green and night watchman Nathan Lyon was sedate before a 40-minute rain break. Shortly after the resumption, Lyon edged to third slip, where John Campbell, who has had an indifferent time in the field, clung on with a juggle. Smith did well to keep out a delivery from Anderson Phillips that kept low, from which point on he limited his trigger movement to remain stiller at the crease. He collected back-to-back boundaries of Shamar Joseph, a straight drive, and one through covers, as his game looked in top working order despite the recent layoff. When the ball got soft, West Indies went for the bouncer's strategy with at times 3 on the leg side rope, a deep third, a short leg, but Smith was rarely bothered by it. While variable bounce in the pitch does not have great pace, which made a bouncer barrage hard work, although it may have been part to try and get the ball changed. Smith 50 came off 79 balls. With a leg glance, he greeted the introduction of Greaves by stepping out of the crease and clubbing him straight down the ground. Chase Osman was then sent straight for a 6. Australia sensed a chance to cash in on their hard work. After Green dismissal, Head came out and threaded his first delivery through the covers with a rasping drive. Another crisp drive, this time off. Greaves took him into the 20s at better than a runner ball. He went down a gear after tea amid the loss of Smith and Webster before falling late in the day. But Carey was swiftly into his work, and Australia's bowler will hope he can give them a cushion of another 50 runs.
Keep on watching Sports 360 with Ahmed Hamad for latest news, views, and interviews of sports personalities from around the world.